So before his fight for UFC Melbourne against the Russian, I can't remember the guy's name that he fought, but I just started sparring with him a bit for that one. And then, yeah, so that went well. We got good rounds in. And then during COVID, he called me up, and he was staying in Newcastle at the time, and he just said that he was fighting Stefan Struve. And, you know, when you're in Australia and you need a tall kickboxer, there's only one person to call. So yeah, he called me, and I just went and just sparred with him. And I think the fight kept on getting pushed back. So I mean, we were sparring and training from sort of June to October, and for me it was perfect because there weren't any fights going on, and I was getting just good quality rounds, you know, twice a week for all of that time. So I felt like I really elevated my game. And then yeah, he took me across to Fight Island in October, which was an awesome experience.
And do you want to like talk a little bit about that experience? Because I mean,
Yeah.
not many. We all see Fight Island, but we don't. None of us actually get to go over there, especially in the current stage. I'm sure once the borders open, it'll become a bit of a holiday destination. But well, I guess that's what they're banking on by obviously the deals that they've made with the UFC, because it is more or less like a I guess a tourism ad for Abu Dhabi and such. But from you, like, what was the experience like? Because obviously the videos that I've seen, I always say it kind of looks like a sci-fi flick, especially when you first arrive, with the guys with the hazmat suits and then all the testings that they do and things like that. But like, yeah, from your end, what was the experience like?
Yeah, it was obviously it was exciting because it just sort of at a time when nothing was really happening. Well, a lot was happening, but at the same time, nothing was really happening in terms of being able to fight and stuff like that. So yeah, it was. I mean, like first we got the whole pretty much the whole plane to ourselves on the way over there, which was pretty cool. And for me being tall, just good to be able to stretch out and not have to worry about being crammed in next to people.
Did they put you at the front of the plane?
No, it was economy, but it was like. It was like the three of us in the whole thing, so it felt like a private plane with, you know, however many seats, 200 seats or whatever it was. But yeah, no, it was, and then obviously getting there. I mean, it was a cool experience. You're pretty locked down, obviously, because you get there, you know, you're led pretty much straight from the plane. There's no one in the airport. You're led all the way through the airport. There's sort of the guards or the escorts don't leave your side. Get on the bus, and then you're in there, and then straight away I think we probably got tested first and then get taken to our room where you got to stay for 2 days. And I was sharing a room with Tai, which was and locking him up for 2 days without being able to leave is I wouldn't recommend it. But no, it was a good time. It's obviously a lot of laughs as well. But yeah, and then so obviously locked up for 2 days, and you're not seeing too much. But then you go from being locked up from 2 days, and me not having been to a UFC event before, like the other boys were laughing at me, Ty and then his coach Stevie Ashby were laughing at me because I was just like a kid in a candy shop, just excited to go and do the things all the time. And as soon as we got let out of our 2-day quarantine, we go down to the buffet breakfast, and it's just filled with like all the UFC fighters down there. And it was actually at the time when Khamzat was really popular and had been fighting really regularly. And I hadn't seen anyone but Tai for 2 days. So socially, you're a bit off anyway, because you're just sort of, you know what I mean? Like you've just been locked away for 2 days and you haven't seen anyone else. So I was just sort of looking around, and then I'm eating, and then someone sits opposite us. And I remember I was just, and I looked up. And then, you know, when you like do the double take, because you realize, and I realized it was Khamzat, and I just did the double take like that. But he happened to be looking at me just as I did it. So it's just the cringiest. I was like, oh man, that's your first impression on Fight Island. But then he was cool. Like he came and introduced himself to Tai and shook all our hands and stuff like that. But after those those first few moments, I relaxed, and you got used to seeing everyone around, and everyone was really friendly. And then you just start realizing that everyone's just a normal person, and they're no different to anyone else. They're just fighting at a you know, or they're competing at a higher level, and they've actually gone through the same process and the same ranks as you have to get there. So that was really cool to see. Yeah.
Please tell me you went on the racetrack. Every single person that has gone to Fight Island, they talk about the racetrack, but no one actually like takes advantage of it.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't go on the racetrack. There were like there were people I found it weird because there were people practicing on it sort of every day, just with the, you know, the smaller like practice cars on there, and they were just noisy as. But no, we didn't. I don't know. And then it was weird as well because the racetrack goes through the hotel, and then we're in the hotel, and then one night there was about, I'd say 1,000 people like running around, like jogging around it and on their bikes and walking around it, which was kind of going through our bubble. Like we were in a bubble, but then all these people from the outside were just allowed to go through the track, which was going through the hotel. So yeah, no, didn't go on the racetrack.